Okay, friends, this is WJEG. I'm broadcasting from Farrell's's mill. I decided to run down here real quick and do a quick video. This is normally where I get my drinking water from. And this is located about 5 miles from my house. That's just a little view. This is very typical of how the land looks around here. A lot of countryside. Down there's a creek flowing through there. And my family and I used to live about 5 or 6 miles up the creek there, back on close to another highway. All right. Now, like I say, this is called Farrell's's Mill. Now, for the young people that don't know about a mill, this is where there used to be a huge pond in here, 50 to 60 acres, I was told. And let's see, where that tree is leaning over right there, at the base of that tree, it's hard to see in this video, but there's brick and stone there. This used to be a mill where people would bring their corn to be milled, or the wheat to be milled, for flour, etc., etc. Like I said, this is going to be a short video, but this is Farrell's's Mill, and it belongs to an elderly friend of mine, and I've known him for years. I've walked down this creek for many, many times when I was a young man growing up, back when I used to hunt a lot. Give me just a minute to get situated here. Talk for just a minute or two. And get back to the house. I've got some work I've got to get back to doing. I don't know, I have to peep around and hopefully this is in there right. But anyway, if I can get some interest in what's going on here, trying to share some truth that I think is very powerful, something we all should know about, something that's hidden from humanity for a long, long time. And we cover a lot of topics as we go along. Just go see what kind of response I can get out of this, whether or not I'll carry on with it. Like I said, I have a birthday coming, January 10th, 2020, and I may get a small RV and think about traveling around the United States and take everybody along with me if they want to go. Hey, I don't know, we'll see. I got pretty much everything I have is for sale again, except for the house I live in. Not the first time I was willing to sell everything in search of truth. And that's kind of in reference to what's written in the Bible that the Christians say is God's word. Said the rich man was told, he said, if you want to practice the truth and learn the truth, sell everything you have and give it to the poor and come with me. But I haven't seen anybody else willing to sell everything they got in search of the truth. It's a sad thing, especially for those who have children. In my previous video, I was talking about my YouTube channel. There's one thing about me, I'm not going to tell you a lie, or anybody, I'm not going to tell a lie. I'll be no part of any deception. I will not finance or support anyone who's in the position of taking advantage of someone else's weaknesses. I'm kind of what you call a rare and endangered species. I'm a man of my word, and I will not tell you a lie. It's sad, but this day and time, you just don't know who you can believe anymore. It's really, really sad. But I wanted to tell everybody, and everybody who has a YouTube channel, that it's a good thing on your channel, at home on your channel, the discussion board. It gives you a place to make a statement and gives anybody who's checking out your videos and interested in a discussion of any sort. Got a car coming by. Hello. But anyway, the discussion forum on the YouTube channel. Right now, the videos that I'm posting are not age restricted, because this truth is for everyone, especially younger people. Because the older one gets, the more hard-headed they get, and the more set in their ways they get. So I don't want to put an age restriction on my channel, but the discussion forum gives anybody a chance to say anything they want to me. I'm not going to block you or ban you unless you're just absolutely rude with profanity, etc., etc., because I do not want to put an age restriction on my channel. You can come in there and take a shot at me. I'm wide open. I'm okay. I'll be your huckleberry. Come on. So anyway, like I said, this is Farrell'S meal. I think I'm blocking the view of the meal. But I come and get my drinking water down here, and I'll haul my 55-gallon drum, and I'll use a 12-volt pump. Down here in South Carolina, we got some nasty tasting water here and there, and with Elko, South Carolina, we have pretty good drinking water here, actually. But the tap water, I can taste the chemicals in the tap water. So I get all my drinking water from the flowing well here. And I can absolutely taste the difference in my coffee and my tea or whatever I may use water in. I don't do all my cooking in this water, but all my drinking water, I try to get 99% of the water that I drink will come from the flowing well. I don't like the tap water. That's another subject for another time. I wanted to keep this video short. It's still a part of kind of like an intro to who and what I am, what I'm about. But this is a real beautiful spot right here. As I said, when we were kids growing up, we used to hunt all the time. I think I quit hunting about, must be 14 or 15 years ago now, close to it. But I remember as a kid, the first time I ever killed anything at all, I think maybe probably a sparrow with a BB gun. And I felt bad about that. Because once you learn the truth, you will learn that you are a part of everything. And everything is a part of you. And when it hurts, you hurt. But the truth about who and what we are and what has happened to us and what has taken place in the world has been hidden from us for quite a few thousand years, I would say. There have been millions of people killed for speaking the truth. And it really hasn't been that long ago that some of the most powerful people in the world are still being killed for speaking the truth. And the example that I'm talking about there is the assassination of John F. Kennedy. I think I was 8 years old at that time, but I remember being in elementary school and hearing about John F. Kennedy being assassinated in Dallas, Texas. And it made me sad. It made me real sad. And I still think to this day, I think that he was a good man. But he was in the process of making some powerful changes, or going to make some powerful changes in America, and the people who are making so much money off of it, being in the state of affairs that it is in, didn't want that to happen. In fact, you can look up a video by a speech that John F. Kennedy made. I think it was in New York back in the early 60s, a speech that John F. Kennedy made. And actually, he was speaking out against secret societies. Yep, here we go about the conspiracy theories. It's not a theory, my friends. It's a reality. But anyway, that was just an example of even the President of the United States of America being assassinated on TV in Dallas, Texas, to prove that if you went against these powers, that they would take you out. He was going to stop the war in Vietnam. He was going to make changes in the American banking society. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, the Cuban Missile Crisis. He was trying to stop that conflict. He did not want a war in Cuba. But the people in the war games love war. They make more money when blood's running in the streets, so they say. So anyway, we're going to make this a short video. I just wanted to bring you guys to Farrell'S Mill and show you another little piece of the countryside down here. And on the discussion forum on my channel, or comments on any video, I'm going to try to keep up with it the best that I can. And I'd like you guys to, comment. If there's something we can talk about or bring up a subject, make a short video on it, or discuss it on the discussion forum. I'm willing to share all the truth that I've learned in a lifetime. And I've been in the school of hard knocks for a long, long time. Born in 1956. And I've seen America go from bad to worse to worse to worse. But even though, as bad as it seems right now, we're in the process of healing. But it's going to be a slow process. If it took place too quick, too many people would suffer and be hurt. So anyway, it is a beautiful day today. I could sit right here all day long, to tell you the truth. It's so nice. We used to camp out down here when we were kids. That makes me think of a funny story. A friend of mine who just recently passed away, actually about a second cousin of mine, we were down here one winter camping out. I couldn't have been but 9 or 10 years old. He got up at daylight the next morning. He decided he was going to pole vault the creek back here. And he got straight up on his pole vault stick and bam, into the ice cold water. We laughed. That was my friend, my cousin Dexter Green. I love him. He was quite a character. Everybody loved him. But we all shall meet again. Like I said, you are an eternal creation. You got no choice about it. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you that. Your choice about what you do in your next lifetime. Your choice to help me bring about world peace. Think it, know it, watch it happen. Love you. World peace. WJEG, we're headed back to the house. Got to go to work.